Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Brenda signing in from Toronto, Canada, and I'm here to welcome everyone and thank you for joining us today for our global webinar. Today, we're going to be doing a training about the power of effective communication. And we have a very special trainer from Singapore. So make sure that we all listen with our full attention, have our pen and paper readily available to take notes. So tonight, our trainer is Mary Tan. She is a chartered accountant who used to work as an external auditor for 11 years, but now she has her own consultant practice in Singapore. She is happily married with 3 kids, and she's a first-timer in the e-commerce industry. However, Ms. Tan is now one of the top distributors with businesses in over 30 countries around the world. And throughout her impactful sharing around the globe, Ms. Tan has changed many lives and is now regarded as a mentor to many business owners and professionals. So without further ado, let us welcome our trainer for tonight, Mary Tan. Hi, Mary.
Hi, Brandon. Hi. All the way from US, and I'm from Singapore. So it is a night time in US right now, and currently in Singapore we have bright early morning at 9:30 a.m. Thank you, Brenda, for your wonderful introduction of myself. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mary.
Hi, everyone. My name is Mary, and I'm coming from Singapore. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. So today, I came on to want to share one of my personal growth in this journey. As Brenda has mentioned, I am, in fact, it's my first time in this e-commerce platform, and I was an accountant all my life, and I don't really deal with a lot of people, but I deal more on numbers and just a team that I built up for my accounting practices. All right. So from this journey, I got to learn and I learned from the leaders all over the world, and also in experiencing in building the team. So today, I'm going to share with you one of the things that I learned is about how to build a team. The most important fundamental is about effective communication. So let me draw my slide, and I'm going to share with you what is this, why is this so important in building the team, the power of effective communication. Now, communication is the key to any success, all right? And whether is it in a personal, business, or social, especially in our business, when it's about building people and empowering life. Today, I want to share, let me get this with the slide on. Yep, today I want to share some of the building block of a successful team, and few of them will be like effective communication, and from effective communication that it actually brings you trust, and from the trust that you gain from the people because of the way that you are able to bring effective communication to them, you got the trust, and from the trust you're able to get good rapport and be able to grow the team. Having a good rapport will allow you to able to relate to your team, and your team able to relate to you, and therefore with the team growth, you're able to have a business growth. Why? Because with such supportive and encouraging, safe environment, every individual will grow and therefore result in a team growth and business growth. So let me stream down to what is effective communication. Here, if you can see this picture, is very interesting that where effective communication is way beyond words and information. What do I mean? It's more than just a word of like, hi, how are you, or information dissemination. What is the effective communication? The important part of it is, in fact, the emotion that comes with it, which is, I would say, the non-verbal communication. All right, sharing and carrying the love with facial expression and your tone. That is very important. So show of appreciation and evolve the positivity in everybody. And it is, in fact, the response of the audience, and it's not what you say or what did you text out, but it is the positive response from the people that are reaching out to you. So I'll give one example of that is that, like we all know, effective communication is not defined by communication, but by the response by Milton Erickson, right? So what do I mean? For example, have you ever like send out a text? Maybe you meant to say in a certain way, but it was totally misunderstood at times because of the sentences that you worded or because of the tone. Many of us has been misunderstood, and therefore there was a broken in communication, and not only message didn't pass on, but you were actually very misunderstood and causes a lot of tension and also unhappiness. So with a very good effective communication, you are able then to have pleasantness and also cohesiveness among the team. All right, so how do I do it then? One of the things that I learned, one of the most effective ways is I apply the 3F. All right, applying the concept of feel, felt, found. Many of you may have heard about it. What about feel, felt, found? In fact, many of our leaders have done this training on feel, felt, found. So what does it mean to me and what does it mean to you? You know, people like to feel, like to know, or even feel that you are feeling them, that you understand and you are engaged listener. So really become a very good engaged listener and really listen with your heart and listen to what they are sharing with you. So be an engaged listener. And with what? And we pay attention to their non-verbal signal, not just on what they say, but read between their lines, read between the lines of what they are talking about. And therefore, you're able to truly understand and feel them and felt about them. And this practice, not only we are reaching out using this method to reach out to your prospect or the people that you are reaching out to, but including especially important to your team members. All right, so then how about the found part? Generally, I found out that instead of just telling them, I found out something, you tell a story. You relate, people relate to story with emotion, they remember, and they can relate to you, and they also able to understand and found that you truly understand when you actually tell a story by telling them a story in a way of a story to reaching out to them what you actually wanted to reach out to them. All right, to illustrate, using story to illustrate your point. All right, so with that, with this feel, felt, found, what I happen to know is that with that, you actually able to build trust within your team members over here. And one of the things is by leading by example. What do I mean by lead by example? By doing the feel, felt, found yourself. So do not ask your members to do the feel, felt, found, and you yourself do not even practice that in your team. So the best way of build trust among your team member and among the whole team that you're taking care of, and even cross team or everybody, is about leading by example, by practicing the feel, felt, found, not just on your prospect, but on your whole team. All right. And so with the trust, you are able to bring understanding and believing, and that will let them be able to believe in their potential because you believe and because you listen and because you feel and you felt them. All right. And so that will create a wonderful family culture over here. So then, what is team to you? And here you can read it. A team is not a group of people who work together. A team is a group of people who trust each other, by Simon Sinek. And it's so true, you know. And to me, this is so important. Now, so what is next to team? When you are able to build a trust, the next thing that you are able to build on the building block is actually good rapport. So how do you build a good rapport? Now, this requires not just about talking, about training, but it requires spending quality time with building people. So one of the examples that I'm going to share with you guys today will be, I actually, came up with daily supper club with my leaders that run along with me, with the serious people that actually spend time in building the business and serious in the business itself. So with daily supper club, I get to understand them more and get to build a rapport with them, spending quality time with them, understanding them, and with that, I'm able to really go into their daily life. And when they speak about the challenges that they faces doing in terms of this business, or even have a bad day or a good day, this will actually bring closeness to one another. And beside that, with the 1 hour daily so-called supper club that we have, individual team leaders also communicate with each other and they get to understand each other better. And from there, they no longer just see, oh, Mary is the leader over here and they can only reach out to me. No, with that, all the cross team are together, you know, and together they are able to be creating a more family culture within them, trust and good rapport among themselves too, you know, and it actually brings the team even closer. With that, I also have like giving the weekly open mic. What do I mean? There is, I in a way, I open myself in 1 hour of Q&A, I would say that, and letting every newest members from the ground joining the team to the oldest member joining the team to locking in this special session that they can ask anything under the sun, you know, within a 1 hour, with building, I would say, a communication line that they will feel connected with me and connected with the leader. With that, I promote, which it promotes personal growth, every individual personal growth. And from the individual personal growth, we all know that it will then bring in your financial growth, because the more, the better you have learned and better that you have personal growth, you know that it actually equates to your financial growth, and therefore therefore your growth of your team and growth of your business. All right, so now with that, right, I want to, in fact, right, end off with this thing called rapport. Is the ability to enter someone else's world, to make him feel that you understand him, that you have a strong common bond. And this is what I want to build, and this is the family culture that I built within my team. And so today I end off with my training, and I'm going to bring up few people from my team members coming up here to this webinar, to this training, to share, not just that you're going to hear from me, but you're going to hear from them as well, how this effective communication has helped them to grow closer with one another, closer to me, and also closer to their own team member, and help in the growing in their own business, in the business that in this team. All right. So first of all, I'm going to bring up to all my team members over here. So we have Joanne Lim, and we have Madeline, and we have Jesslyn, and we have Cassandra. All right, and none other, not the last but not least, our Joanne Teo. All right. So with this over here, I'm just going to be very casual and want to ask, all right, a few questions to this team member over here. What do they benefit from the effective communication that are actually leading the team and showing the team, and therefore they are able to have personal growth and therefore also have their team growth? So from here, maybe I want to bring the camera to Joanne Lim first. And so before I bring Joanne Lim, so maybe Joanne Lim can just share with us a little bit background of yourself, and then tell us what did you get from this effective communication of this supper club or this, you know, weekly open mic. All right, so Joanne Lim, take it away.
Hi. Hello. Good day to everyone, and thank you, Mary, for having me today. I'm very happy to share. I am actually from the currently managing the admin and finance functions in a local tutorial centers together with my husband, and I basically have been in a very education for the last 20 years. So being in this traditional business environment, I have no prior experience in global entrepreneurship like what we are doing now. You know, so this daily supper club meetings that we have really helps me in my personal growth, because the daily sharings that we have is authentic, and we are able to bring one another to build up the relationships, and I basically can get the takeaways on how the leaders also go through their journeys. Yeah.
Wow, yes, this is one example that it really brings closeness to the heart and to each other, isn't it? So thank you for sharing, Joanne. So
Thank
the
you.
next person I want to bring up is Madeline Go. So Madeline, please tell us a bit about your background and also share with us, what did you benefited from this initiative that we have brought up with on effective communication.
Hi everyone, good morning and good evening as well. I'm working for the corporate for 26 years. Yeah, so right now I'm on Journess as a part-time. Okay, currently, yeah, I get inspiration from duplicate my knowledge, so I can share with my team member. One thing I stand strongly about is do not leave anyone behind. The weekly Q&A sessions that our team, our leaders do help my team to answer questions, and we all benefit from this initiative. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thanks Madeline for sharing with us how it has benefited your team. So the next person want to pan it off to our also a business owner of Cassandra Tan.
Hi, good morning, good evening, everyone. So like Mary, I just share about myself. So actually I'm from a traditional business. I run a cafe before. So for me, it's like managing my staff is easy, but I never manage a team member who work together. So after joining Supper Club, I feel that it's like I can duplicate the whole idea and apply to my small team. So we get closer after I join. Like previously, we are still in the same team, but it's not so close. It's just everything we just went through, Mary and Joanne, and just everyone is just like, it's not like a family. But after joining Supper Club, we just like a family. It's just like one Jeunesse and one family. So I feel that it's now become closer and closer.
Yes, that exactly, and that was your feedback to us as a leader, that you feel that you just feel very lost at times, that it seems that you're only connected to the leaders, right? And also I understand that that it actually helped that you grow your team by applying that to your team as well, that your team really love the new culture, the culture that you have so-called applied to your new team. Yeah. So okay, so the next person I will bring up to is none other our Jesslyn Locke, who is a specialist on tactical parenting. All right, so Jesslyn, maybe you want to share with us a little bit about your background.
Hi everyone, hi, I'm Justin here. So I'm actually a chartered accountant for the past 18 years in accounting and auditing. So only the last year actually become a global entrepreneur to join everyone over here. And I'm actually now also doing tactical parenting strategies to teach parents out there who wants to know your child's strengths and weaknesses so that you can unleash your child's potential. So this is a little bit about myself. Yeah.
So Jesslyn, so how did you benefit from this daily Supper Club and our weekly Q&A session?
Okay, for the daily Supper Club, like what Cassandra and Madeline say, we actually start from knowing from like strangers as leaders. But when we went to the Supper Club, we built rapport and we start to trust each other, and we start to share our problems, especially when we are building our teams. So for me, it was a language problem that I had, so it was a weakness, and I shared with the team during the Supper Club. And what I found is that the team members who are strong in that language actually helped me to build my downline. So we were together in small groups and we were doing a lot of training for her. So I really felt very thankful that I have this Supper Club.
Yeah, it's exactly of building the trust among the team members, and that even the cross team help one another out in building in each other team from here. And with this Supper Club and all this effective communication that we are bringing it all down to the team members, it actually bring a lot of trust and rapport among them, and therefore able to help individual leaders to grow themselves and also grow as a team. So the last but not least, I'm going to pan it over to our famous Joanne Teo. All right. So Joanne, I know many people has heard about your story over here, but you know, there are maybe new people who has logged in today. So maybe you can give a bit of your background too, and then share with us how does this effective communication strongly build up your whole team over here.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for your amazing presentation, Mary. And your presentation really, brought me back in my journey of how to learn about effective communication and truly saw my own personal growth and the team's growth. It's like phenomenal how you actually put that into a PowerPoint and how that has reflected in my life and growing my entire team. So everyone, my name is Joanne, and I have been on this amazing journey for 4 years now. But before this 4 years, I was a stay-home mom for 18 years. So my communication was purely just with my children and, the surrounding. So how, this amazing platform has made me grow personally, as Mary has earlier shared, is effective communicating with so many people of so many different mindsets and so many backgrounds. So the real key for me, my biggest learning, Mary, as you shared, was really the 3 Fs, the feel, felt, found. And I realized, oh my gosh, it's not just prevalent to business, but all across, from family to friends, and especially business partners, to make them feel that we're engaged listeners, number one. Number two, that, we empathize with them. And number three, using storytelling to bring about a point. And this has been so effective even for my children. So this, I hope everybody learns. And one of the best ways to talk to your spouse, of course, building business as well. So this was one thing that I really learned, right? So of all the different initiatives that, our team, as well as you, Mary, helping the team to set up communication pipelines, I reckon Supper Club has been the highlight, opening the channels of communication within the team, as you can see, everyone here, right? Now, mentorship, now what I learned from Mary, mentorship, it's not just one way, which means from Mary to us, but as we mentor our partners, where it's mentorship is 2 ways. There's always so much learning from, like from Joanne Lim, from Magdalene, from Jaslyn and Cassandra. So mentorship is 2 ways. And I love, our initiative of Supper Club. So what we do is when we check in, we always check in, and this is what I learned from another business partner later, another powerful women, right? We check in with the 1 word, how we're feeling the moment we're online with Supper Club. And I love how Supper Club, and I love how going to Supper Club feels for me, because I feel like a safe place. I can open my vulnerabilities. I can share my challenges. And I know I'm not being judged by all the leaders that you see today of my weaknesses. And then they become my sounding board because I don't have any inhibitions. So I love how we check in with 1 word. For example, could be tired, could be deflated, could it be sleepy, and then after that, when each individual shares their day, their challenges or their achievements or their wins, and then we get empowered. Or I as a leader, right, I learn how they overcome their challenges, or when they throw back advice for me, it's for picking brains as well. So it's learning from one another. And in this very safe environment that we have created, I love how my other partner, right, Madeline, how she duplicates this in her own smaller teams. And I learned from her, her strength is always, her tagline is always, leave no man behind, So how she duplicated this amazing Supper Club among leaders down to every individual of her organization. And thereby everybody feels connected. So I love this amazing initiative, and it gives us a very a feel of family, and thereby when we, as a team, when we do the 1 team, 1 family, 1 gymnast, it brings about it to a brand new level. And I love one thing about Supper Club, this checkout. So after like an hour and a half, which passes so quickly, when we check out, the initial check-in could be a tired or fatigued or challenged. And most of us, most days, most of us check out with the word of empowered, fighting, gambate, and that gives us that, the feeling of power and to go to sleep and start a brand new day. So this has been one of the best initiatives, Mary, for me. At the same time, learning from everybody, strengths and knowing each other better. I mean, it used to be that, everybody goes through leaders, right? But now with this supper club, the bond is being built, and especially in this time of the pandemic, we meet more often. We can't wait to get together to really not just a virtual hug, but, really hug it out. And the bond is amazing. And one other initiative was the open mic is, this is just the leaders. So the other initiative of the Q&A, which has been phenomenal, is that leaders aren't just there, This open mic gives everyone at ground level an opportunity to hear from the leaders, to ask questions. Doesn't matter which question. It could be a new question, could be a back office question. But for each individual new person that joins our organization to know that the lines of communication are open, and you, for example, Mary, getting you to answer all these questions, whether it's back office or product, are always addressed, and everybody gets to learn and feel a sense of belonging, that they feel safe to grow in their personal space. They're respected, and that they will be very willing to serve because, this bond that's been built, and so, all of us have this ability to unleash that amazing giant within us, to grow ourselves, and as you say, thereby growing the team with this very simple duplication. That's it. This has been my greatest learning, both personal, social, and surely business.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Joanne, for sharing with us all this insight of this initiative that we have come up with, and to help the team and help every individual to grow. And this is what I want to share with you guys about how we actually build the team and bringing the team closer, and also that in every person is important to our heart, and this is a business of building people and transforming life. And so with that, we actually also be able to build community and came out with a lot of initiative, a lot of ideas, creative ideas, and bringing out every individual's potential that is within them. And when a person who is very comfortable, or rather they feel very at home with every individual, where there's when there's trust and good rapport, I will tell you, it actually brings out a lot of ideas within the team, and therefore how the team grow and how the business grow together. So thank you for having us tonight, and thank you for all my friends here and all my teammates here who come upon this training together with me to share your true heart feeling about having this great effective communication here. So thank you so much tonight. I hope that this session benefit you, for those who are locked in, and hope that my sharing has helped you, and you can apply to help to build your team. So thank you so much. Thank you, Brenda.
If you see something for yourself, get back to the person who shared this video with you. And don't forget to subscribe to the official USGS YouTube channel to receive future videos.